I've always been interested in history, and I just was always, history always interested me because I grew up around all these immigrants and all these coal miners. My dad was a coal miner at 11 years of age, and going anywhere, I was just a dumb girl who was supposed to get married. That's the way my father thought. In Windber, in mine 40, that's what growing up was the way it was. So we had this big shelling of all the deposit from the coal. They used to call it the biggest coal mine state, and it was pretty big. And we kids used to play in the grubby little fixtures of water that had all this poison in it. I was most interested in places like Windber with the immigrants and all of that. I did it as a dissertation, first of all, in 2 volumes. It was so big, because half of it was devoted to studying what the community was like. The second was what the miners did to get a union.
Miners of Windber, I think most people here know of it, a very important book. We really want to honor Millie very much for what she did, and her health is very poor. She's really struggling, but she is here in spirit, and we're so happy that we have it being filmed so that she can see it. And I know she loved this town. Mine 40 was where her heart has always been, and she came back to this town from the South, and she wrote this book. It's an act of love. It's the story of the miners of Windber. It can be got through Penn State Press.
On a long and winding road from Homestead, PA to France, Millie and the working class were his romance. He was a best friend of mine, and he was a best friend of mine. Though his body was in pain, their house was party central for their friends in the pump house gang. I loved to make him laugh, pull his joke and make him smile. He'd take my gaffes and jokes with a
bonded us real tight. He loved all kinds of music, French classic to rock. The pictures he would use it to make his vision talk. I cursed the Parkinson's disease that robbed him of his life. All the poisons and the bitter weed that stabbed him like a knife. I declare to him and Millie, as his body returns to dust, a better world out there. In his words we can trust, with his promise in his memory for us. He was the best friend of mine, oh Millie. Was the best friend of mine, oh brothers.
want, above all else, to abolish poverty in their lives and in the lives of the white poor. That is the heart of the program. This great leader of the civil rights movement was killed there in Memphis in pursuit, remember, of the strikers' cause and social justice on April 4th, 1968. Thank you.
So now I want to introduce Millie Beik. I formed the committee for the two events that we're having this week, looking at the separation of children at the borders and U.S. policy for immigration. And we've been so pleased to have Millie with us for the last 7-8 years now here in Pittsburgh, working with us in the Battle of Homestead. So this is Millie Beik, and she's going to tell us about our guests in our program. Thank you.
Thank you, John. The broad theme of the program for this year for the Battle of Homestead is building bridges. Bridges from the past from 100 years ago, 1919. And those of you who came to the program that we had on that are very well aware that immigrants were one of the targets of that time. Fear abounded in 1919 in the US, and hope abounded for others in the United States. What we hope to do today in this program is to build a bridge to the Latino community, and we want to welcome all those who are interested in immigration and in the subject of what's happening to not only the children, but the parents and other family members of the immigrants, of all those people who are seeking asylum in the United States. We want to welcome you to our group and hope you will join us and think about it and see what we can do. And we hope today that our speakers will tell us how we can help them.
A native of Windber, right outside
Mine 40.
Johnston.
My 40.
And her father was a coal miner, and Millie somehow fought her way to go to the university and eventually became a doctorate in history. And in the process, she wrote a book about the miners of Windber. And she was, for a time, a teacher of history at Northern Illinois University, also Emory for a while, right? And we've been so pleased to have Millie with us for the last 7-8 years now here in Pittsburgh, working with us in the Battle of Homestead.